You got myself here, the Minister, with Bini. We're here in Birmingham for the African Liberation Day 2016. We're here with the PACM, been invited down here to come and cover the event here with the Good Kush team. So it's been a pleasure, we're well rested, been well taken care of. We'd like to say thank you to the PACM for inviting us down here to cover this beautiful, glorious event. The event is opened up with libation both yesterday and today. We've had an interview with various different people, stallholders, and it's just been great. But there's one subject material which we're going to definitely having to bring to the table, which we're going to be discussing with Bini, who has put on this event with his team of elders and youngers who have been a part of organising this and has been doing it year in and year out for many, many years. PACM has been established for over 40 years now?
Yeah, over 40 years. And ALD is actually 41 years old today.
41 years. Okay.
Yeah, so that's some long running.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Okay, longevity and long may it last. And the great thing about it is seeing, you know, you've got the young children, you know, dressed up, looking nice, and seeing the African in their parents putting their young children moving around. So you see this generational thing, which has been,
which is very highly important for African people to have their children around, because my 6 children, was always in the meeting with me in the 60s, 70s, all that children, and they grow up now and have grandchildren, and make sure the grandchildren that come in and be part of what we're about as African people, because this is a liberation war. This war has begun more than 300 years to get us out of Africa as prisoners of war, so we've been fighting a long time. And African people are so disillusioned about what happened to us. And if you don't understand your heritage, you'll fall for anything. Because with the heritage and the understanding of self, and you can go back and like my grandchildren, I can say this is what your great-great-grandmother used to do and your grandfathers. So that gives them a grounding. If you don't have that grounding, you lost a lot of your understanding of who you are and really what you have to do to uplift ourselves.
It's like a strength, it's like an armour, isn't it? Once you put that armour on, you become impenetrable.
That's right.
How you move forward from there.
That's right.
When speaking to many youngers, you know, many of the youngers growing up kind of look at the elder generation, and I don't know whether I'm kind of part in the grade, but people say, you know, so I don't know, maybe I'm in between, or maybe I'm being a bit, I really am going in that direction.
You're the youth to me because I'm older than you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm clicking 67.
Oh yes,
you have a long way to catch up.
I do have a long way, but I don't think I can catch up, because as I'm trying to catch up, you keep moving. You know? But,
that's right.
We've got the youngers who are coming up behind us, and you know, one of the key components is being spoken about is legacy. You know, for everything we've done, what do we leave behind? And many young people are, you know, leaving nothing. You haven't left nothing behind. We're actually on having this war of our own. Really. You know, sometimes they don't appreciate the guidance by way of words and lyrics and the advice which is passed on. But there's something that you're going to bring to the table now.
Let me say once about to the younger listeners and the elders and the senior citizens and the middle age. One thing I want to say is that we as a people must leave a legacy. Our great ancestor left a legacy. You see the great Zimbabwean ruin, you see the pyramids, you see all them ruins down in far South Africa, all over the African continent, the stone circles, like Stonehenge, which people feel that Stonehenge is the only place. So we have to leave a legacy for our generation to come who live here. Some of us will never leave this Britain and go totally to Africa, so someone's going to be here. For the young people who are staying here, and I say, English ties, they're making it totally English, and their culture and their mannerism, behavior, and their own motion. We have to try and leave a legacy and leave somewhere for them to go. We started African Caribbean Self-Help Organization, started in 1964. And everything that we talked about when in 64 as an organization, we must be self-sufficient. We must own our own building. We must have our own institutions. We must have our own business. And we must encourage our people. So we have left a legacy Because in Antwerp in them days, you couldn't call a black man a black man. You get beat up. You much less call them an African, because that's how bad the brainwashing is. We've changed that. We've changed that by activities at Africa Liberation Day and demonstration and so on. So we're saying that we want to leave this legacy for somewhere that when your sons and daughter, you know, both of your son and daughter, drive past a certain place, they look, turn their head and look, they say, that's me, that's Africa. So we want to design, we have designed an African-centered building in terms of the architects of Africa and so on. And there's a lot more work to do on the architect to make it more African. When you see it, you'll stand out. You see a lot of people have their masks on, their city out, and we don't have anything. And all the governments, you know, councils and people around the inner city, in any inner city you go, they're closing down every building that black people use. And when we want somewhere to meet like ALD here, these guys are stinging us. £3,200. Last day was just 2,000. They see the people here and they never say anything like that. They say, well, these black people must have money and look what they're doing, look how some of them get it. The guy goes now and put 1,200 on it. And I see that, you know, this is humiliating. We have this issue year in, year out with Africa Liberation Day. Every time we are at a place, we have it 1 year and we go back, it just keeps shutting up, till they drive you out by like, you know, price you out till you have to walk away. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop it. They're trying to stop African Day because they can't get control of it. So we got a problem with getting our people to understand that we need to own our own. We follow the principle of Marcus Messiah Garvey, yeah? That we have to own our own building, and we need to be proud of who we are by owning our own building, making sure that what we have is ours. Because where we base at Eatfield Road there, we want to build this building. We own 4 buildings a row. Yeah, we pay 2 of them, we still pay mortgage on it. But the problem is, it's a building that needs rebuilding, because when we got it cheap because it was mainly derelict. And we try and fix it up as much as we can. So we use the operational base. All the liberation movements that fight in Southern Africa and West Africa and Sudan, their port of call was right there. That's where they would all meetings, even with us on campaigns so large. So we know that it's important to have a base and own something that is yours, and nobody can say get out. Now, with large stuff like LD, you can't be out there because the felicity, you know, is not there. And one of the things what we want to do is ask our community to really get serious and let us build this building. And we're not asking people to give 20,000 and so on. We're saying to our people, we must invest in ourselves. So we're saying, using Marcus Garvey principle, that everybody in this Britain, if they give us just £1 simple a week, a simple thing, to get on a bus in Birmingham here, is £2.30. We're saying just give £1 towards the building that will represent you, where we can have our Africa Liberation Day, where we can have our conferences, and we do a lot of tour. We have our speakers when they come to, they're not using other community, they'll have somewhere to come. We can have concerts there, we can have weddings, funerals. These are the things that we're saying to our people must take pride in building that institution, and it only would take us £1. We got maybe about 80,000 black people here. Even if 20,000 of them just give £1 a week, that's 20,000 a week. Yeah? So in 2 weeks it's 80 grand. You go on and you go on. And we can build a building. Yes, it's a huge building we're building. We might be sitting on about 4 acre land. And what happened, we just demolish those factories that's there. And what we'll do is then we'll build a center. What we'll have down below, there'll be gyms and saunas and rooms that we can separate if we want to, separate where women and men, so some women might not want to put women, so we can cater for that. And what we'll do then on the next floor up, we'll have facilities, which is your offices, our meeting, smaller meeting rooms, and our shrine, and restaurants and stuff like that, and wide bar, where we can have our people coming in and supporting a continuous support. On the first floor, that is where we'll have the main conference hall. And that main conference hall can hold over 1,500 people. 2,000 are standing for a concert. We know that by doing that, all the money that's going to other people's community, and we have to break this cycle where we see a black person open a shop, and we walk past him and we go down and buy from every other nation and not from your own. So we're saying if everybody invested £1 in this our race, and it's important we invest in our race, because if you go to do a funerals in some place in Birmingham, you're paying £3,000 and £4,000 just to have a wedding. And when you go in there, if they were like £2.50 for a shot of white rum, it's £4. It's £4 it raised them. So we see the injustice, the exploitation, and it's because we won't commit the kind of loyalty. So we're saying the building is going to cost a lot of money. Because you're talking about sinking, demolishing foundation, and so on, and having the eco, sauna and thermal heat, and having our own water. We got our source there where we can have our own water. So we are saying to our community worldwide, everybody donate £1, and we can build that building. You build that building, then you go consult with the community. What do you do now? You've got the building, you earn money. We say that we can then do work in the Caribbean and do work in Africa. We can help our people that we used to do. We used to take 150 children to Gambia because it was a short flight, 6 hours. So we used to take them over there and run things and do plant trees and stuff like that. I myself would go out all the time to Africa. We do things, feeding the hungry children and so on. And kids who are on street kids. We support them every year. We can ask the community then, what can we do all this? We're saying the community have a say. We say if you give £1, put make sure we know the name. So we can roll call to say X amount of Africans have contributed to the building of this building. I know sometimes people feel, oh, we can't trust them. But let me just say to the audience who are listening, we've been operating for 51 years. Come on. There must be some kind of trust to trust a group that are going for 51 years. Out of all the groups that survived in the Birmingham here, we're the only one, because why? We didn't take state, but we rely on our community. So we're relying on the community now to actually contribute the pound. We are a very small number of people. I think we collect about, let me see, £8,000 with people giving regularly a pound. And we know if people put in more, that building achievement, because I'm telling you, these people are telling us that next year we might not get this building out there, won't be here. So in other words, they're going to shut it down. Places what we used before, they just shut them down. There was one place that I called Camp Lane, and we used to lose the regular when the city raised the money to £6,000. And we moved to this Camp Lane that it was run by black people before, but the city still have a say. So black people was still there, so we could use it, and we paid £2,000. What we have now is that you go to that building, and it's a pity we didn't think before, and we go to the building and show the state of the building. The city went in there and they clean up, like you have the kitchen here. They take out all the kitchen. Worktops and everything, stove and everything, they take it out. They remove all the chairs from the conference hall. So if you try to use it, even the new owners, which is an Indian guy, if you try to use it, you have no chair, you'd have to iron, you'd have to put back the kitchen and stuff like that. We're saying with our own building, it means that everything I say about weddings, funerals, will be done at our place. And I'm telling you, the thing is how you manage it and you run the building. Because on the top floor of that building, there'll be a health facility because we deal in health. We sell herbs and stuff like that. So we'll have a health facility and a museum.
So in essence, it will be the real sense of what a community centre is.
That's right.
But owned by the community, literally.
That's right, owned by the community.
Because and I'm sorry to cut you, but you know, coming up from London, you've got exactly the same issue. Most of the events which are held, whether it's North, South, East or West London, are in the buildings which are sustainable to hold events like this are not owned by us. So we have issues around either cost or double bookings purposely or unpurposely, but these things happen. When it's time to finish up black people, we like to congregate, you know, the event's done, but now we've got this soul part of ourselves, we like to move and talk and reason. But by that time, just get out of the building, get out of the building. You know, you wouldn't want a building where people take liberties as a state, but we allow for that because usually we're part of it, we're there communicating and everything as well. The facilities which are able, meaning, as you said, you've got health, you've got all these different things, and if one gets built, because you've got a head start, insofar
we got
planning and you've already got the space and the buildings to build on. But if one can get built, doesn't matter where it is, if one gets built right here in Birmingham, that becomes a template for the next other people in London to say, look what they've done over there. How did they do that? Well, they've got the community, they raised money. As a matter of fact, I'm down here and I sent money up. I got involved because I can see the vision. And if I'm correct, you actually have the drawings or some designs already done. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of those images and put them up on the screen so you're able to see what's being spoken about, the vision which has already been imagined, so it's not in someone's mind. The architect has actually sat down and started creating it. So how do people get involved? Where would people donate money to? Because a pound is nothing. You go and spend that in a chocolate bar is now a chocolate bar. And I know you sugar beans are eating chocolate bars. £1 is a chocolate bar. So to put that £1 away for a period of time is absolutely nothing. So how would people get involved in
we're saying that, you know, this building project, which is the African Caribbean Building Project, a self-organized building project, it's HSBC Bank, account number 5169971, sort code is 401118. If you put a £1 in there, we will really appreciate it, and I'm going to leave that with you, sir, baby. I don't know if you can blow it up.
We can put this. We can put this
on the screen.
We'll put this on the screen as soon as the interview is finished. But the donations to ACSHQ Building Project. That's the HSBC Bank. Account number 516999741. Sort code 401118. Okay, so please give charity. It doesn't have to be a pound. If you can donate more, please donate more. But if you do a minimum of a pound, that would be greatly appreciated to get the vision. But we're going to put the vision up on the screen, so you're able to see the vision. Editing team are going to take care of that. We're going to get the images from yourself, so we can do that. And we're going to put this information on the screen so you can see what you're donating. And we'll put any relevant information, such as contact details, the website, so that you're able to go. And if you want to find out more, you know, you might just see a bank detail. So I'm going to put my money in a bank, but I want to find out more. Then there are people you can speak to in regards to this. So we'll make sure all that information goes up on the screen. Do
like with the mobile and stuff.
We'll grab that stuff. But you know, we're saying to you, do support where you can. We've got the things that you see here on GKTV. We're a community platform. The things that you see us promoting or talking about, get involved in one of them. Don't get involved, you know, but if it's not the West Papua New Guinea situation, which you saw on the other interview what we had, who was invited down here yesterday, and you don't want to get involved with that, too much for you, then maybe you can get involved in this. Get involved with something in your community which is worthwhile. And what you want to build now is not only worthwhile now, but it's a legacy for our children in the future, and to inspire others in the community to go out and start building and doing their own thing. If one person does it, it's a roll that rolls on. So with that, I'd like to thank our good elder brother here who has been doing this for so long. You know, let him get to a point where he can put his feet up with his grandchildren in this struggle and And watch the scaffolding going up of the vision which is put in place. That's something we can donate to our elders to give them that pleasure.
That's a vision I want to see, because I would say that to people that all the liberation movement that we were in the struggles in Southern Africa, whether it's MPLA, FRELIMO, ANC, PAC, you name them, every one of them have seen through that. And I think that we're saying worldwide, we're saying to our people, contribute wherever you are in the world, so that we can build and make this vision become real.
Yeah, we're going to give you information for this. Make sure you keep it locked to GKTV. I am the Minister, and this is GKTV up at the African Liberation Day, Birmingham 2016. Peace.
Thank you.